If you want to be a part of the Level 50 Club, tag Drink a Beer Play a Game on Twitter using the hashtag Level 50 Club with the game that you've beaten.
Let's do this!
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Beat Up Let's Play. I can't remember the name of my own show. This one's going to be a special episode. Probably a special series of episodes upcoming because I am looking to add games to the Level 50 Club. And I will add Life Force, another one of my childhood favorites, to that list. Because this game is awesome. And I beat Gradius, so why not add its cousin? Right. Ripple, always my signature laser of choice. It's like pretty powerful, but it's also it's not as powerful as like the base laser, but it expands and covers a broader range, so it's a bit of a quality of life choice for me. I meant to upgrade my missiles, dang it. And also, I would be doing this without the 30 lives code, because I don't necessarily need it. I feel like I've beaten this game enough times over the years to get the best of it. Although I do gotta say, oh boy. Like, unlike Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, like, there's a goofy amount of lag. I don't know if it's my capture card that's doing that, but it feels like there's a tiny bit of lag there. It's throwing me off just a touch, but I think I'll be okay. Yeah. Not very comfortable with the way that I ended up in the right there. I'm okay. God, playing these games after all these years, it wreaks a little havoc on the anxiety. There's an extra life down there, and that goes a long way. There we go. See, you're already at 4 lives. I mean, I can kind of clear the first 2 stages without dying. It's probably speaking a great deal of arrogance about my skills, but I think I'm adequate. Ripple Shot. Rinse off that messy brain residue. So, like, since Gradius 2, I didn't get to play that one until, like, years, wait, not too much later, because I didn't really have all that much of an experience with, like, the TurboGrafx 16, but I always thought that Light Force was the, sequel, and this one's, like, the spin-off. It's still Vic Viper, but it's it's just like a kind of vaguely related series. Still a lot of the common enemies and power weapons and everything. But since I always thought that this was like the true Gradius 2, a lot of the differences that this game added, like the alternating vertical and horizontal stages, always gave it a pretty cool look to me. I always enjoyed the overhead stages. They were pretty creative, visually. Like the backgrounds look neat. The music in them is awesome. The stage themes were pretty enthralling. We're just in like an asteroid belt, or like fighting through like a meteor system. And I always thought that looked cool. Blowing up volcanoes. Oh, oof, ah. That was a little too close for comfort. I'd go this way. There's more points that way, but there's also a volcano here to blow up, so I can at least get that one. Okay, gotta create some lag here because these meteors come pretty quick. Alright. Legit could not see much of that there. Like, that's the kind of stuff that plays with the visuals. Is there a reason to not shoot when you're playing a shmup? Got the balls. Oh, that's... That felt awkward to take on after all these years. Yeah. There we go. Another life. That is the last, like, secret life that I remember knowing its location. If there are other ones, I'm probably going to end up finding them by accident. So it might just be me. I always felt like the enemies in Life Force took significantly less hits to kill. Like some of the later boss stages, like the King Tuthead, like that one's like a little bit of a pain because he's got like those skittles that protects him. But yeah, you just like get right up on his eyes and you shoot him, and he kind of goes down like a sack of potatoes. Let's see, one more go around on this guy. His little protector beads there expand, but yeah, he's gone. Stage 3. This one is a pretty short level, but this is where the problems start to kick in. This is when the game starts to begin to mean business. Like, now realistically, I should be picking those up for the points, but I like keeping those around in case my shield dies. So that was something that I halfway forgot about there. So this is like one of the stages that if you end up dying on and you like lose full power, it starts to get a little harrowing, and like those giant flame volleys here, they begin to make life a little hard. Which I don't know if I've talked about it here on Let's Play Beat 'em Up, but it's like some of the things that I've talked about on Twitter in regards to how like shmups back then were made compared to how they are today, or at the very least how they were beginning to get developed by Extra Life, forget it. Or how like the games were beginning to be developed towards like the end of the 90s, going into the 2000s, where they became bullet hell. But things like this where the difficulty felt procedural. The obstacles thrown at you felt pretty manageable. You didn't feel like anything. You didn't feel like nothing was like too impossible, and with a little bit of practice, you could totally nail it. The bullet hell games, they're fun. I'll never take that away from them, but after a while they do kind of start to feel a little bit too fixated on getting the most power-ups and just plowing through as many ships as you can before the ships just plowed through you. And the Gradius series never teetered quite into bullet hell the way like the early Darius games was. So somewhere between like Gradius and R-Type, which I'm actually probably going to lean towards R-Type. As big a fan of Gradius as I am, R-Type is just a better space shooter. It just does things that much better. He went down easier than I thought, but at full power, he's not amazingly tough. And then there's this stage, which can be a little bit of a pain, but it's pretty short. It's another one that has like my favorite. So one of the things that I always did with Life Force as a kid is, even though you're flying through whatever solar system of the I don't remember what the enemies were called in the Gradius series. I'm legit having a hard time remembering. Excuse me. But I always like to imagine that you were working your way up through like the human body. I don't know. I don't know why I always thought that as a kid, but okay. I'm just gonna stop talking for a second. I feel like I remember this well enough. Alright, see if I can get through these without making them explode. Shit. Not good. Ugh. Did they really burst that early? I thought you'd get close to him. That one's definitely gonna... Yep. And that one, yep. Alright. Didn't necessarily ace that one. And giant web of stuff. Although that's actually making me hungry for like fried onion strips to put on a salad. Yummy. And blowing up balls. God, so many testicle jokes in this game. I don't know if I'm gonna get away with a no-death run in this game. Like, I used to be good enough to no-death this game. I don't know. I might just be putting the pressure on myself here. I mean, so far so good, right? Ribs are touching, so don't make me wait, otherwise I'll turn around and snatch your plate. Always used to be a trouble spot there, because if you didn't shoot them early enough and they broke up, then you just got nothing but parasite hooks falling at you. Open wide, you doopy skeleton. And one eyeball comes out. Shit! I know that I... There we go. Dang it, I'm a little pissed off. But I'm okay. This is another stage that can be a little bit of a pain in the neck, but it's also thankfully very bountiful and has a lot of power-ups in it, so getting back to where I was is not going to be too big a deal. Explode, damn it! Negated all of that artwork. But still good. Oh, crap, really? This is no buys. all the hazards I forgot about. It's... Oh! I can kind of get that back here. I can cope with that. Faster missiles are a must, because I'm going to need them later. The bottom guy here did not shoot power-ups at all. I believe that was a thing. Oh no! Damn hitbox. I think I can get a shield. Crap. Well, that's something. And now, bricks fall. Gotta dodge bricks. Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, what should I there's anything that I did. I love like pausing this game and things, and like you can sometimes make out a little bit of the like hieroglyphics that are on the stones there, and yeah, always thought that was nice touch. I'm so easy to please. Oh, taste the rainbow of fruit pain. Yeah, again, this guy's a little on the easy side. Like it looks pretty daunting, and he starts to fly in on you, but there's way more openings than you credit. Okay, final stage. There you go. I did not no death run it. What? I'll take the force. Force shield's way more important here. Okay, and an extra life to kind of help buffer that. Alright, more Skittles! Keep saying by the way. but this is another stage where I love the music. Like, this, the tune playing during this stage, it just has such finality to it, and I was always a fan of the BGM for this stage. So I don't believe that there's that many power-ups, so I gotta make what I get there count. I know that missile was always one of the more important things to have there because there's some of those spread shooters there. That will make life a living hell if you're not paying attention. And I'm gonna get one more speed because towards the final run there, you kind of need it. Now I don't remember that a speed gauntlet off the top of my head. I do know that there's like one that closes at the end, and of course it's not a Gradius game without a Maui head. Love these guys. Why? My head. Am I Maui head. It's okay to say you're welcome. Yo, you want that? Yeah, you die. You die, Buster. And you're dead too. Ha! Alright. We are pretty much good to go. I'd have to be an absolute moron to blow this at this rate. Yeah, no, this right here is, Once again, continuing the Gradius series of the lamest final boss battles ever, is you get this meticulous build-up to this eyeball, and yeah, so man, you're dead. Kaboom. And that's pretty much it. Now I just have to get through this without burning through like the last 5 lives that I have left. But again, I feel like I remember this enough. I have enough speed in order to keep up with it. Let's see if I can do this with 0 fail. Because there's like, coincidentally, there's like no slowdown at this part. So, boom, boom, boom. Okay, there we go. Tony. Nope. Shit. Nope. Nope. Doesn't matter. Made it. I should stop making noise because people are trying to sleep. And that is game number 4 for the Level 50 Club. Thank you for tuning in to Beat Up Let's Play. I will catch you guys later.